What's good, Commanders fans? So we got some more news today. Kelvin Harmon was released and Chase Young was put on the PUP list. So Chase Young will be out for the first 4 games of the season. The plan apparently is that they're hoping, this is from Jordan Schultz. He says, full Chase Young update per a source. ACL surgery was more significant than most because he's also suffered a fully ruptured patella. My laptop just, a fully ruptured patella, which is why he's starting out on reserve PUP. Impressive all-around recovery. Commanders plan for Chase Young's return as Week 5 versus the Tennessee Titans. So that would be against Ryan Tannehill or Malik Willis. Who knows? Malik Willis has looked pretty good in the preseason so far from what I've seen. Derrick Henry, of course. So that's going to be a tough game. It's going to be. I do have us winning that one. I think that one's at home if I'm not mistaken, but I do have us winning that game. But yeah, he's going to miss the Lions game, the Jags game, 2 NFC East games, the Eagles and the Cowboys. So it's unfortunate, but the injury happened on November 14th against the Buccaneers. I know Logan is coming back pretty fast, but, Ron Rivera did say, he also said this injury was a little bit more severe than the average on is. Because of that, the timeline is a little bit longer. What is that timeline? I can't tell you, end quote from Ron Rivera. So, yeah, we'll see. Don't rush the guy back. I don't want them to rush Logan back either. But yeah, I knew he was going to be back for Week 1. They didn't do an all-in Week 1 thing like RG3, so I'm happy about that. They're taking this slow, letting him come back because it's a marathon, not a sprint. So the defense, they got to hang in there. They haven't looked good in preseason, but they got to hang on. They got to hang in there without him. So other guys got to step up like Shaka Tony, Casey Toohill, James Smith-Williams, F.A. Obata, guys like that. They got to step up. Shaka Tony looked good. He looked good the other day. He's looked good so far. Daniel Wise has looked good too. So we got some other pass rushers that definitely can step up and fill in for Chase Young. And unfortunately, their best football last year was when Chase Young wasn't playing. But that's my guy. I love Chase Young. PG County guy. Gotta love Chase Young. Super, super talented. Had a heck of a rookie season. Can he bounce back like what Nick Bosa did from that ACL injury? He can, at the most, he can play 13 games. But I think Chase Young's coming back hungry. Worked out with Von Miller. Worked on his pass rushing technique with Von Miller. And we got a new defensive line coach. It's the same guy as Zagonia. But yeah, Chase Young, bounce back season for him. I want him to, I think he's hungry, coming in hungry. Bounce back season for Chase Young. Revenge season for Chase Young. So I'm excited to see this young man play. I'm excited to see him play. Kelvin Harmon being released. Let's look at the other guys that were, released or whatever. The tackle Rashad Hill was released. They signed him like last month, right when training camp started. Nathan Jerry is on the reserved injured list. The linebacker that we signed who used to play for the Eagles. So he won't be playing this year on the Commanders. Rashad Hill won't. Kelvin Harmon released again. And I called that when I predicted it. I told you guys, I was like, man, he's going to get cut because he didn't even get a target in the Chiefs game, like at all. I barely noticed he was on the team in that game. I don't know how many snaps he got in that game. Same with Sammy Reyes. I brought him up. I was like, he's going to get cut. Same thing with Devontae Bosby. So I'm definitely going to do a 53-man roster prediction right after the Ravens game for sure. Or maybe even before, because I've been spot on with these cuts. I call Bosby, I call Reyes, and now I call Harmon. Now, I'm not tooting my own horn because these are obvious cuts, but just the timing. And I think this might be at the same time where Kelvin Harmon got cut. When he dropped that pass from Sam Howell against the Panthers, where he caught it first and then bobbled it up in the air, stepped out of bounds, came back and inbounds, and then caught it again, which is illegal, which is a flag because you can't step out of bounds. I was like, bro, you got to catch that. Like, you're known for having hands. Like, the catch from Dwayne Haskins, rest in peace, where he laid his arm out against the Lions, that was a hell of a catch. It was a heck of a catch. So Kelvin Harmon, he's better than that. So he'll probably make the practice squad like he did last year. But yeah, this man keeps getting cut. The unfortunate ACL injury that happened a couple years ago, that really hurt his career. I think he definitely could have, if that injury didn't happen, I definitely think he would have a better career, obviously, than what he's had so far. He would play more games instead of being cut every single year. Tyler Larson is on the PUP list as well, the backup center to Chase Rouye. So that's pretty important, man. The depth on the offensive line is definitely thinning out, unfortunately. I know some guys are back at practice like Norwell, but Trey Turner is still not back at practice. So there's been some shuffling with the offensive line, man. We got to get it together, hopefully, with these injuries. So, but just a quick update with practice today. There was a couple play-by-play updates. I'll say that today. John Cobb says Andrew Norwell was back out there today. Oh, Sonny Jurgensen's jersey will be retired against the Cowboys. That game, it's a home game. I know it's towards the end of the year against the Cowboys. It's like this, it might be the last game of the year. I got to look that up too. But Andrew Norwell was back out there today. Fedarian Mathis was getting his ankle tape today from Ben Standig. And then he also says the new tight end, Jake Hausman, is also in the trainer's tent. So every tight end we get out there, man, they I don't know what it is, but they're always on the side field getting injured. It's crazy with the tight ends right now. It's ridiculous. Logan Thomas did not participate in 7-on-7s or team drills. Jaden McKissick was in on the team action today. Ben St. Juste, Cole Turner, Bates, and Hodges were all on the side field today. So we'll see what happens with Ben St. Juste, man. I don't know if he's going to play on Saturday or not. We'll see. We'll see. So that's really it. Carson Wentz had a nice pass today to Terry McLaurin, and Chase Young was like really hyping him up. He said, this is from Matt Paris. He says, great ball, 11, great ball. Chase Young yells after Carson Wentz finds Terry McLaurin in the back of the end zone. McLaurin held onto it as he tumbled to the ground and into the dirt. Fun sequence from Matt Paris. So I'm intrigued by Carson Wentz, man. Like I said, I'm not gonna say I'm skeptical, but I want to see more. I'm not all in on Carson Wentz. I like the trade for him. I didn't 100% like it, but I think it's a solid trade. Now, there are some red flags with Carson. Some of the mental aspect. Can he get along with teammates and coaches and other people? Some of that inaccuracy and whatnot. But he's a top, if not a top 15 quarterback, he's a top 18 quarterback. He's super talented. The guy's a good quarterback. 2019, he had a heck of a year with the Eagles, like with no receivers, 0 receivers. The Commanders have reached an injury settlement with Sammy Reyes. Okay, just got a notification on that. But Carson Wentz, man, he's super talented. He's got a strong arm. I think he can stretch this offense, stretch the field. Great weapons: McLaurin, Dotson, Curtis Samuel. He's never had a receiving core like this before. So this is his best receiving core by far. And Logan Thomas, too, a legitimate tight end, too. So, and 2 good running backs, 3 good running backs on the roster, too. So I'm optimistic with this offense. The defense has some work to do for sure, but I'm a believer in Carson Wentz for now. I just want to see more from him. I want to see more. Super talented, though. 27 touchdowns, 7 picks, top 10 quarterback rating. Nothing to stick your nose up for sure. But I think he's super talented. Like I said, that 2019 season where they were 5-6, the Eagles, and he led them back to finish up 10-6, and they beat the Cowboys on that game where it was cold as crap at night, and Dak Prescott had the shoulder, was complaining about his shoulder and whatnot. Next week, the Cowboys beat us 47-16, and Carson Wentz stepped up big time in that game. So Carson Wentz, he's had some big time moments. He has. So I'm trusting in Wentz. We'll see. I'm optimistic on Carson Wentz. I'm cautiously optimistic. All right, you guys. Hail to the Commanders. Peace.